baik tu dia jadi mereka tahu रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
In the news tonight, 2 Fiji citizens tested for coronavirus. Asian community targeted over coronavirus fears. And Fijians urged to change voter cards.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
Good evening. 2 Fiji citizens are being checked for novel coronavirus after arriving in Nadi yesterday. The Ministry of Health and Medical Services confirms both arrived from Guangdong in China, displaying mild symptoms and are under isolation at Nadi Hospital. Lab samples are being sent to the World Health Organization laboratory in Melbourne, Australia, while the ministry's response teams are overseeing those who've been in close contact with the patients. The ministry says more people with relevant travel history and symptoms are likely to be investigated because of the similarities between coronavirus and other respiratory illnesses, including colds and influenza. The Health Ministry says this should not alarm the public and has strongly urged people not to spread rumors and misinformation.
As we speak, there is no confirmed cases of coronavirus. Though over the last few 2 weeks, we've had some interest in certain individuals coming through, but there's no confirmed cases at the moment as we speak.
Fear of the coronavirus is fueling racist sentiments towards Asians. The Fiji Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission has warned Fijians against making racist comments towards the Chinese community, be it in person or on social media. Koroi Tandulala reports police are also watching public reactions towards Asians.
FBC News has been approached by one local Chinese who was berated publicly at the Nadi bus stand by a bus checker.
There should be no room for racial profiling based on people's ethnicity, nationality, their physical appearance. Fear and anxiety should not be the justification for fueling racism.
Social media is saturated with jokes and comments degrading the Chinese community. The incident in Nadi, according to the victim, is embarrassing as the man started yelling out that she had coronavirus. She is also questioning how people can behave this way in a multiracial Fiji. The Fiji Police Force has also assured minority communities that such actions can be prosecuted and people are encouraged to come forward if they are harassed.
If anyone has any, issues or anything that they feel is a threat to them, we would advise them to call into a police station and report the matter. And we will look into the report and conduct investigation. This is the time where we should be relying on facts and relying on official releases that have been pushed out by the Ministry of Health.
Shame on people who are spreading these kind of things for their fun and games. There's a community that is suffering because of our ignorance.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says coronavirus is a matter of national security and we cannot tolerate unfounded fear-mongering because it is dangerous and counterproductive. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
And since the outbreak, deaths from coronavirus have now reached 426, all but 2 in mainland China, with hundreds more in critical condition. The confirmed cases have jumped to nearly 20,400. That's more than the 300 new cases just in the past day. There is growing concern Chinese authorities are struggling with the scale of the outbreak after a number of social media videos were posted online. On to other news, the Fijian Elections Office is urging eligible voters to update their information in the next 4 months. Supervisor of Elections Muhammad Sanim says many Fijians still hold the green voter card, which was issued in 2012, and these will expire in June. Josiah Nanunga reports.
Come June, Fijians will no longer be able to use their current voter cards as a valid nationally recognized form of ID.
As we have already announced, the voter card 1.0, which is the green voter card, is still due for expiry in June this year, and we are urging voters to take their time and update to the latest voter card. The latest voter card has your polling venue written on it, and that resolves all the issues voters face around trying to locate their venues.
It's a good move by the Elections Office and it will assist us in the next election.
I support this idea as this will assist me vote for the first time.
There are over 600,000 registered voters in the Fijian Elections Office database as of December 2019, following a review of registered voters.
Based on the data cleansing exercise and removal of voters from the register for those who have died, for those who are now disqualified from voting, the total number of voters stands at 644,749.
The FEO processed 8,818 voter registration applications from students, despite not being able to run a nationwide campaign last year. Jose Nanunga, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has again delivered on his promise to the people of Namosi. In an effort to bring government services closer to the people in rural areas, Bainimarama today commissioned the Namosi government station. Ali Kimbia reports the new station will benefit more than 18 villages in the highlands of Namosi.
Fostering development and at the same time ensuring equal access for all Fijians is paramount for the Fiji First government.
You told us about the long journey you used to have to take to travel to Nabua for basic health needs, on Deumba for agricultural services. You explained the time and cost of this journey and how it was taking a toll on your quality of life, and my government listened.
Bainimarama says all Fijians should have the same opportunities regardless of their location.
Upon hearing your concerns, my government pledged to deliver this $1.5 million investment, and I choose those words intentionally. I don't like to refer this as an expense or as a cost to government, but as an investment.
For the people of Namosi, the new government station will save them time and money.
I was so happy. Before, we used to go to Navo to access these services, but now we'll walk from our village to here.
My forefathers used to walk to Navua daily for these services, but now it has all changed. We'll just have to come here.
Stating that there is no shortcut to national progress, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama through the government has again delivered one of its promises to the people of Namosi. Over 4,000 people will benefit from the Namosi Ndanda government station. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Up ahead, cancer survivor emphasizes early detection and assistance to boost communication during natural disasters. Details after the break.
Pula nadang bawa prosan ngarse, ngor kraki, do televizyon na barong na Radio Fiji 1, nandomo ibiti.
Radio Fiji 1, nandomo ibiti.
Welcome back. World Cancer Day marks its 20th anniversary this year, and discussions surrounding the disease are said to be more important than ever. Adhering to the theme, I am and I will, cervical cancer survivor Asenathan Driso continues raising awareness about the disease through her own personal experience. Kelly Vadala reports.
As soon as I had the word cancer push, that was it for me. Death was at the door.
A mother to 5 diagnosed with cervical cancer in 2017 at the age of 31, Asenathan Driso's life took an unexpected turn she was not ready for.
Labor pain is nothing compared to the pain that I was going through. Before I was diagnosed, I was bleeding. I was bleeding irregularly, and then the pain came. Once the pain started, then I managed to get myself to the hospital, got diagnosed instantly.
Driso says having a strong support system is what helped her overcome cancer.
I presented late because I was a stage 2B when I was diagnosed. So the ordeal so far, I wouldn't want to go back there. 10 weeks of treatment, 8 weeks of radiation therapy, and I'd be lucky to get 1 hour of sleep. And I was homesick. I was blessed that I managed to get fundings from the government to go to India for my treatment.
Now a dedicated patient support officer at the Fiji Cancer Society, Driso says getting checked for cancer is crucial not only for the victim of the disease but for their family as well.
The experience, honestly, I wouldn't wish it on anybody else. During October, I go for morning teas. I always encourage women nowadays to always go for a Pap smear test.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization says cancer is the second leading cause of death globally and is responsible for an estimated 9.6 million deaths in 2018. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A 20-year-old football player who allegedly assaulted a referee during the Mba vs Rewa youth playoff last weekend has been granted bail. Rewa player Siramaya Suve appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with one count of assault causing actual bodily harm. It's alleged that on Sunday he assaulted referee Shonal Prasad and the match had to be abandoned after the incident. He's been released on a $200 bail and been ordered to keep out of trouble. The matter has been adjourned to March 10th. Communication with remote areas in the Northern Division in times of emergency will be bolstered with the procurement of 9 high-frequency radios. This comes after the National Disaster Management Office conducted a survey of its radio communication system in the Northern Division and found the current system unsupportable due to unavailability of replacement parts. Lena Rees has more.
The NDMO says the procurement of the new high-frequency radios will provide better communication, especially if there is a natural disaster or emergency.
The HF radios are standalone systems with long-range capabilities. The message sent using this system are capable of reaching the most remote areas of Fiji, in particular isolated communities which are not serviced by any mobile service provider.
The government of Japan will provide the high-frequency communication system assistance to the NDMO through its Grant Assistance for Grassroots Human Security Projects program.
Considering the importance of communications between NDMO and vulnerable communities, and the development of communications with regional communities is one of the indispensable area indicated in the DRR policy, Japan has decided to support this project.
The cost of the high-frequency radio communication system is around $180,000. Lena Rees, FBC News.
A labour shortage is a challenge to the rice industry. Fiji Rice Limited Chair Raj Sharma says they are looking at financing farmers to address the issue.
One of the most important things for us is now that we'll be able to finance the farmers, develop their farmland. Even we are planting the rice, get our cost out, and then we pay them. So that's the thing. Farmers naturally don't have to do anything. But one of the constraints that we face at Fiji Rice is the shortage of labor in Vanuatu. So there are some other discussions that we have, how we can further mechanize and how to get laborers.
The company is working with the Agriculture Ministry to ensure that much-needed resources are available. A task force has been set up to help revitalize the industry, which is focusing on growth in the Central and Western Divisions. And now it's business time with Kelly.
Thanks, Edwin. Coming up after the break. Hoteliers Association highlights benefits of agritourism. And in growing Fiji, Kidney and Research Treatment Center project delayed. Stay with us.
My name is Neha and I'm from Kadavi. And Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Leading business, the Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association believes farmers in the crop and livestock sector can profit through agritourism. Chief Executive Antasha Lockington says there is a great potential for farmers to supply the produce to the tourism sector. Lockington says there is a demand which has not been fulfilled locally due to inconsistent supply. Lockington says food imports are high, especially for the tourism industry, which depends on high quality and the volume of produce. She adds local food can be one of the best tourist attractions.
The issue is often, and the challenge is often, that there is an insufficient supply year-round. There is often a question of quality, the way the goods are packaged. There's a high need or demand, as it were, from many of the hotels around Fiji to ensure that any produce that is delivered to them is done so under hygienic conditions.
And Sinifa from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the stock market.
Let's look at the latest from the Forex market. The US dollar rose 0.44% yesterday, the biggest gain so far this year. It was boosted by the Institute for Supply Management report that US factory activity unexpectedly rebounded last month amid a surge in new orders. A rebound in business investment is critical to keeping the longest economic expansion in history, now in its 11th year, on track amid signs of fatigue in consumer spending. The improvement in manufacturing likely reflected an ebb in trade tension between the United States and China. While concern about a widening coronavirus outbreak in China kept the yuan and the Aussie dollar subdued, most investors expect the Reserve Bank of Australia to keep rates on hold at this month's meeting. A rate cut has not been completely ruled out, with markets pricing in a 100% chance of such a move by May. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Here are today's exchange rates as set this morning. The Fiji dollar was on the climb today, gaining against all the currencies we cover, with one exception as the US dollar made its biggest gain in months. It said the easing of tension between the US and China was a big factor in the overall market rise. The commodities market was falling. Crude oil continued to drop to $50 per barrel. Gold was down a few dollars to $1,576, and silver closed lower at $17.71 per ounce. In growing Fiji, Minister for Health Dr. Feremi Wangainambete has refuted claims that the National Kidney and Research Treatment Centre project has been stalled. The government had allocated $1 million in the 2017 and 2018 national budget for the project. However, there has been a delay. Pranita Prakash reports there is no time frame given as to when the centre will be open.
Assurance have been given that the state-of-the-art National Kidney Research and Treatment Centre will start operation in Nasinu soon.
No, the project is not stalled. Buying equipment for dialysis, like in terms of chairs, consumables, or whatever, have its own process. As we know, it's taxpayers' money, so we have to ensure that it goes through the tender process, and that's already done. It's already been bought. We're just waiting for it to arrive, and then it will be fitted up.
Dr. Wangainambete also confirms they will be appointing staff to manage the centre.
Dr. Amrish, the nephrologist, have designed to go back going to private, so we've made our own appointments. Certainly, they haven't started yet, so I can't on camera tell you who their names are.
The minister says a lot of interest have been shown locally and internationally by medical personnel to work at the centre. Once the centre opens, it will provide affordable dialysis treatment and counselling to kidney patients, as studies have shown that 300 to 500 Fijians go through some form of kidney failure every year. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
That's it from Business Tonight. Jamie Jonesy now with the latest from sports.
Vinaka Kelly, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Fiji Sevens back from Sydney. And an abundance of talent on offer for Latui. This and more after the break.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
The Fiji Airways men's sevens says they try not to let criticism when they lose affect team morale and goals. Sydney Sevens player of the final, Napoleon Imbolada, says people will always scrutinize and critique the side, especially when they fail to deliver. But this is something they've learned to deal with as a team. Felipe Naikaso has more.
There were a lot of criticism towards the side when we lost in Hamilton, but we just dealt with it as a team and shut the negative comments and just focus on the next match, which was the Sydney Sevens.
Some people regard Tomasi Thamara as having the influence on the team. That's absolute rubbish. The fact is that it's been a group effort by everybody involved.
The series defending champions is currently sitting in 5th spot with 53 points, and the players need to lift their training to another level for the next leg.
After recording their best finish of the season so far at the Sydney tournament, the Fiji Airways Fijiana Sevens believe they still have a lot more work to do to continue progressing in the series. The team has showed a lot of improvement this season, but Coach Sayasi Fuli says they are yet to reach their full potential. Felipe Naikaso with the details.
Despite finishing 5th in the Sydney Sevens tournament, the Fijiana Sevens team is more determined than ever to reach its goal in the upcoming legs.
Overall, we still need to do a lot of hard work, rugby-wise and core skills, and we will be satisfied once we march into the podium.
19-year-old captain Tokasa Seniasi believes they have the potential to win tournaments.
We will have a long break for now, but our coach said that we need to keep on working hard, so for us to achieve our goal for Hong Kong.
But it's good that the rest of the girls maintain and hold their fort in Sydney and start to play positive rugby, which is a sign of improvement, but it is far from what we think that we can achieve in terms of trying to be in the top 4 under this new format.
The Fiji Under 15s are back at training, gearing up for their 2-match Australian tour. The matches are built up to next year's Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. Captain Serima Leoningila says the tour will be crucial for the team as they need as much exposure and game time as possible.
The more tests, the more matches we have together, better we become. So yeah, it's something good for Fiji Women's 15s.
The side will meet the Queensland Reds on the 16th of this month and New South Wales Waratahs on the 21st. Fijian Latui coach Senirushi Servakula says fans can expect some new names in the 2020 squad, gearing up for the fast-paced Global Rapid Rugby tournament. Servakula adds selecting the right players is critical. With local and overseas players vying to make the final cut, selection is proving hard for the coaching team.
It's really a headache. It's tough. It's tougher than selecting than draw. So a lot of talent and a lot of depth in the team. But there's some big names will be missed out. And there's some new names will be in the 33 contracted players.
The Brumbies started their Super Rugby campaign on the right foot and hope to continue with a fine form. The Brumbies take on the Melbourne Rebels this Friday at 8:15 p.m. and you can watch the match live on the FBC Sports Channel. Novak Djokovic has shown off his record 8th Australian Tennis Open crown in Melbourne. Djokovic won a 17th Grand Slam after digging deep into his physical and mental reserves to beat Dominic Thiem in a gripping 5-set final. And our player of the day, the Chiefs back at it in Super Rugby. Quick hands and a beautiful offload by veteran Aaron Cruden, setting up this sensational try against the Blues in round 1. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you with weather later on. And in Weird and Wonderful, find out the mysterious origins of Maiden's Castle in Turkey. That's coming up.
We love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. In new media, the 5th version of the Fujifilm X100V, the classic compact camera, is nearly here. And let's find out the latest in weather with Angie.
Namaskar and welcome to the Weather World. Here we are through to another great sunny day. Well, great day for doing what you love the most. Now, since we have so much sunshine in store, how about we dry our pickles or achar? Like now we have the wee or jamun in season. Now, checking the west out for today, the sun was lit without any sign of rain. A day without rain is always great. Eastwards from Peck Harbor to Suva, few odd sprinkles which didn't last long. Sunshine kind of took over. The night, however, will be quite showery. And up north, more reason to be jolly as sunny spells were quite intact. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to not so rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 8:57 p.m. with high tide at 8:55 a.m. Sunrise at 5:54. Now for tomorrow, this lovely sunny periods will take a quiet break for a while as rain will be given a chance. Tomorrow's temps, the west will be humid, hitting 32 degrees. So you know the drill, especially when the sun is very bright. And looking further on to Thursday, we will see few showers, which will change to light sunshine. This is all the weather news I have for you. Edwin here is looking forward to all those pickles.
I was going to say something, but I'll hold my peace this time. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should traffic infringement officers who break road rules be terminated?
Yes, they should be penalized. Those caught breaching this law should be held accountable. They should be taken to task because they are wrong.
Well, it depends, because some of them, like even them, they should have shown good example instead of just parking anywhere and then start booking them. Because the public, they will do what like all the officers are doing.
They need to be held accountable as it is against the law.
And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, although it appears to be floating on the Mediterranean, Maiden's Castle sits on a tiny island off the coast of Kizkalesi, Turkey. The structure dates back to the 12th century, but no one knows who built the ancient relic. And recapping our main stories, 2 Fiji citizens tested for coronavirus, Asian community targeted over coronavirus fears, and Fijians urged to change voter cards. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM to our poll question tonight. This week we are asking, can the current Fiji Sevens team win gold at the Tokyo Olympics? Visit our FPC website to answer. To our shot of the day, another beautiful day in Buddha Bay, Vanuatu, sent in by Sunil Chandra. You can send us your newsworthy pictures and videos on email fpcnews@fpc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FPC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FPC News or simply hashtag FPC News. That's your news for tonight. Stay safe. Modemanda.
Mulai here, Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.